Hello, everyone, and good Friday morning. It is March 29th, and I'm Chris Allen here on the Sam channel. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. It's Good Friday, and it's Easter holiday weekend. And I can tell you that just by looking at everything that I'm seeing right now, we are looking good. We're looking good through the holiday weekend. It is after that that we're going to have to pay attention to the weather very closely for the possibility of some active weather and some weather that you may not like. So I would say enjoy as much as you can the next few days because it is going to be nice. It is going to be a pattern that is going to stay warm and it's going to stay extra warm. Then it's going to turn stormy. So just heads up on that, and I'll show you that here in a second. First, let's check the Plano Cam, just the Plano Cam. As you can see, we've got a beautiful start this morning, plenty of sunshine, some high clouds in the distance, beautiful red buds out there. The grass is getting greener. Birds are chirping this morning. Everybody and everything is looking very spring like, and we love it, except for the sometimes nasty things that it does to our sinuses, which it's trying to do to me this morning. That's why I sound a little deeper. And I'm having to clear my throat and stuff this morning. I stayed off the radio because of that, because I'm having to, you know, it was just not fun. I was trying to do stuff for my show this morning, and it was, I don't think so. So I'm just keeping everything kind of at a low tone until I can get some of this shaken off here this morning. But still looking good. There's the view from the, not the Plano Cam. This is the AAA Systems live cam from downtown Bowling Green. As you see, BG Towers and the Justice Center and all of that right there. Looking good. I see some high distant clouds back there to the west, but we've got a good start. There you go. All looking good this morning here in Southern Kentucky. Yeah, it's going to be a marvelous day. I can tell you that. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be warming up a little bit more than what they have in the last day or so. I think we will finally get across 70 today for a high temperature. Let's check the satellite view, and you can see that we've got beautiful high pressure in control. Uh, Distant clouds here and there, not a big deal. Distant clouds with energy that's coming through parts of Oklahoma and Texas. Then you've got these puffy clouds that are over the mountains of West Virginia and on up into Ohio. There's a warm front up to the north. Actually, it's starting to stall now. Will become more of a stationary front. Down here, you can see some contrails and things like that, but that's about it. There's nothing close to us that is rainy or stormy. Like I said, the next few days are going to be fantastic. Good, not even good, but great outdoorsy weather for the next several days. So if you want to get outside, do something, um, work in the yard, whatever you want to do, it's going to be fantastic for that. You've got today, you've got tomorrow, you've got Easter Sunday, you've got maybe even part of Monday. Then it's Monday night into Tuesday is when we're looking for things to kind of go awry and we become a little more active. We become a lot more active with storms. And I know there's a lot of, we get in these situations even this far out and we start hearing a lot of chatter and armchair quarterbacking and forecasting um, what's going to happen. But I can tell you that it's a safe bet at this point, from what I'm seeing, that we need to pay attention to what's coming down the road uh, as we get into that time period. Let's check temperatures this morning. And the mesonet temperatures are looking, well, they're trying to shake out at this point and settle in. They haven't settled yet. So as you can see, we've got places like are still in the 30s, which the usual suspect area down near the Cumberland River in Burkesville, where it's freezing, 32 degrees. And you've got between there and Scottsville, I'm sorry, Tompkinsville, where it's 38. Then in Scottsville, it's almost 50. So big swings here this morning until the sun is up a little bit longer, and then everything will shake out. Look at these 50s already back here into parts of Hopkins and Muhlenberg County, but then you've got 36 down in Todd County. So you see those little blue spots there. That's just where the temperatures have yet to moderate to the sun being up, the sun angle, such that these stations are getting the sun angle and a little bit warmer temperatures. And then you can go from 45 at Bon Air, just inside Barron County, and then you go up to the Corvette plant, and it's only 36 and a half degrees, rounded up to 37. And then you even go down from the Corvette plant to the Ag Expo Center and the southern tip of town, and it's 43. Then you go up to the river, Woodbury, just outside of Morgantown in Butler County, and it's 36. So you got a little variety of temperatures this morning, and I bet you the winds are not moving at all. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, 0, 0, 0, 3, 2. In those places where the temperatures are chilly, close to freezing, notice zeros, ones, threes. Yeah. More of a southerly flow now starting to kick into western Kentucky. And with the sun being up, that's helping those temperatures get close to 50 already this morning. It's not going to be, extremely breezy today. It will be at times a little breezier, I guess you could say, in the afternoon. But as far as being like really windy, n- I don't foresee any of that uh, happening today. All right, let's get to. I want to go to yeah, the model blender because that is going to show us what we need to see as far as how temperatures are going to behave, if you will, over the next 7 to 10 days. Notice we're going to be on a nice streak of 70s and 80s, and that's going to help fuel eventually the active weather threat as we get closer to Monday, Tuesday. And you see there's going to be a big divide once the system right now is offshore, off the shores of the Pacific. We're talking offshore California, but there will be pieces of energy that come out of that main piece of energy and come this way over the next few days. And it's going to be one of those, actually two of those pieces of energy coming our way that will affect us with thunderstorms into Monday and Tuesday. And then behind it will come some cooler air by the middle of next week. And then we do a reset and the temperatures come back to the 70s. All right. Let's take you through the Easter weekend here. We go, I'm going to go 72 today. Agree with that. I think that's a given. We could even see some 73s or 74s today somewhere. More into the mid and upper 70s tomorrow. A stronger southerly breeze during the day. And I agree with 80 on Easter Sunday. And right now we're going to keep it dry. At first, there were a few showers that we were looking at coming in for Sunday night, but I think now it's going to stay dry, just the way things are shaking out. We're in that short term window where we can see better. Now, Easter has come into that short term forecast window. and we can be more definitive on how that's going to shake out. So, yeah, we're going with 80 Sunday. Easter sunrise services, if you're going to any of those, should be perfect. Uh, you won't have to wear big, thick Easter jackets, coats, um, attire. You won't have to worry about that. Now, as we get into Monday, Tuesday, I'm still going near 80 on Monday and more into Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesdays where things kind of the models, because then you're in the long-term forecast, not the short term. You're in the long-term forecast and the models are diverging or having differences a little bit there. So it does look like, though, we're going to go from about mid 70s on Tuesday to only mid 50s on Wednesday. A 20-degree drop in temperature. The dew points come down. Now, I will tell you, one of the red flags that I'm seeing and what I usually see in these kind of situations, where we have to pay close attention to whether there's going to be a severe weather situation, is this time of the year when we see dew points going into the 60s. And from what I'm seeing this morning in my raw data, um, Monday is the day, and then a little bit into Tuesday is when we're seeing the dew points getting into the 60s. Strong southwesterly wind flow, surface winds going one direction at one speed, and then some shear or winds changing direction and speed with height. We call that wind shear. There's that going on. There's ample moisture going on. We've got all the ingredients coming together for a potential severe weather outbreak. Almost ironically to the day of that we commemorate the 50th anniversary of the super outbreak of tornadoes, which happened April 3rd, 1974. I remember it well, 50 years ago. So it's not like all of a sudden nature and the calendar and everything else just, it's a perfect storm coming together. It just happens to be, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Um, but it's going to be a couple of days to watch here, for that kind of weather. Then we hit the reset button. We go into the 50s and 60s again at the end of next week. Sorry. And then we get into the 70s next weekend. So, yeah, it's looks to be kind of an active time, that we're going to have to watch very closely. Let me show you that, as a matter of fact, from the Storm Prediction Center, because they did a couple of updates on all that this morning. All right. I've got a few things here to show you. First of all, this is the severe weather threat today. It's off to the north. First piece of energy works in with the warm front that is stalling to the north. We're not going to have to worry about that. So let's go down to tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, it's showing the possibility of some just general thunderstorm activity. On the scale, it's just a general risk, the lowest threat of thunderstorms, but not even a 1 to 5 risk. This is just nothing. From Madisonville, Louisville, Frankfort, up to Cincinnati, not Bowling Green. That's that front that's going to stall right there along Interstate 64 and 70 to the north. That's not us. Okay. So let me go back here to let's see. Let's go to Sunday. Okay. Here's Sunday, Easter Sunday. The front starts to sag a little bit further south. This is a level 1 marginal risk for much of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, northern Kentucky, north of 64. Down here in southern Kentucky, nothing. This means your Easter Sunday is going to be just fine, as I said before. Okay, now let's move on to, yeah, Monday. Monday, First day of April, nothing here. Thunderstorms are back to the west, but a more of a outlook area. Let's see. Let me find that. Sunday, Monday. Yeah, here we go. So now let's go to Tuesday. Now this is Tuesday, April 2nd. It does include our area in a 15 to almost 30% risk of getting some severe weather, which does include Bowling Green, all of Southern Kentucky, Central Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. So it's not put in a risk category yet as far as the 1 to 5 scale, but it will be once again. This is in the long term. Once it goes into the short term forecast, then it will be brought over into those categories. But we're still in the long term window at this point. Tomorrow we'll start to see um, more into tomorrow and Sunday, day 2, day 3 risk. Whether we end up marginal, slight, enhanced, it doesn't matter. At this point, when we're this far out and SPC already sees that we've got a risk area and we see that, something's going to happen. It's going to be an active weather pattern, and that's what we've got to watch for. So that going forward should prompt you to um, just, hit those weather radios if you can. Make sure you download the News40 Weather App, which you can do right there with that QR code that you see on your screen. Just open up your camera and take a picture of that, and it will scan automatically and take you to the point to where you can download your weather app, our weather app, to your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android. It doesn't matter. It'll do both. So that's what we've got to. I just want you to have this. This is like a huge heads up, way ahead of the storm. So I just don't want anybody to be caught off guard by, oh, here comes Monday and here comes Tuesday, and you're none the wiser. Let's not be that way. Okay. So, all right, let's go to the maps here to finish up on this Friday morning. Good Friday. I wish my voice was a little bit gooder. All right. Here's a look at the here and now. And you see that everything's quiet, being influenced by high pressure, but there's that boundary I'm talking about here that is just going to sit there for several days. It's going to be a warm front at some point. Then it's going to go back to being a stationary front as it is right now, and it's going to be the focus of heavy rain and thunderstorms the next few days, but that's far away from us. So everything as far as rain should stay well north of us and west of us. Here we go into this afternoon and then into tonight. Look at all that rain up to the north of us. Yeah. Chicago, Detroit, down to Indianapolis, Rockford. They're all going to get some heavy, heavy rain because that low pressure system and that stationary front. And then here comes the first of several waves that will cross into the area during the next several days. Let me zoom out so you can see what's going on there. Okay, here we go into early Saturday, Saturday morning, then into Saturday afternoon. Notice it gets a little closer, but I still think most of the rain is going to stay north of us. Some of you that live north of Bowling Green may get a shower or a sprinkle, maybe late Saturday night, but I don't think any more than that. As you can see, things just kind of waiting in the wings over here. Low pressure, low pressure, low pressure. Yeah, this is where that storm in California or off the coast of California right now starts to ramp up and get more organized out in the plains. And if out in the plains is where it's really going to start to do some things. You get a cold side of it, and then you get a warmer side of it. Will of course be on the warmer side of things. Here is early Easter Sunday. Quiet. for us. Showers, maybe some light rain north of us near the stalled out boundary, but I'm not looking at thunderstorms, not yet. This would be just some renegade showers north of us. This is the main system back to the west here. Sunday afternoon into Monday morning, then we start to get some scattered showers. And notice that stalled boundary now, as I said earlier, becomes a warm front. This is when this thing is going to start to deepen and become more wind energized, tapping into more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. That's when this thing is going to really start to get a little more active. Then we get into Monday night, Tuesday morning. The front moves in, it gets a push, and it starts to come through, and we get deeper moisture, more dynamic atmosphere, winds, very gusty at times, and the threat of maybe some severe weather. It all depends. There's a lot here, a lot of pieces to the puzzle that we don't yet know because it's so far out. But I'd rather give you a heads up as to what may happen than to not, you know, than to discount it altogether and say all this talk about severe weather Monday night into Tuesday is just hogwash. No, I can't say that because it does look like somewhere in our vicinity it's going to be active. Here we go into Wednesday. The system begins to move out. Notice it's a colder side to it with some mixed precipitation off to the north. For us, Wednesday is the day that the dew points start coming down and the temperatures fall from the 70s and 80s into the mid 50s. Big change. The winds change direction too from the north and northwest. Here we go into next Thursday. Everything's out. High pressure builds in. Notice a warm front to the west. Another system coming in for the end of next week. But that's way off. Way off. So I'm not too worried about that one right now. All right. That's my best summation, best outlook that I can give you right now as to what's coming. So here's the bottom line. Today, sunny, breezy, 72, maybe even closer to the mid 70s for some of you, especially west of Bowling Green. And today, tomorrow, Sunday, Easter Sunday, and much of Monday, no worries. Have at it. Enjoy the holiday weekend. After that, we've got to pay attention to what the weather may or may not do. Confidence level is right about here. The closer we get to those days, it may go up, it may go down. It may, some of the models may come back and go, yeah, maybe it's not going to do. We'll get some thunderstorms, but maybe not severe. But usually in these cases where the Storm Prediction Center is already in the long term window going, this looks like something that could happen. This looks like an active, dynamic weather situation. Then that's a red flag to me that we've got to pay attention. All right. All right. Let's see who's in the chat box this morning and helping me get through all of this. Chris D, thank you. Mandem 98, Michael, Karen, Gregory, Dean, Linda, Michael R, Ellen, thank you. Let's see. All right. That's everybody. And we had a good group in here this morning. A lot of people watching, hearing about the potential for severe weather. Let's just enjoy this holiday weekend. Don't worry about the weather. There's nothing to worry about until Monday evening. I don't want you worrying about the weather until Monday evening and Tuesday. Until then, just enjoy family time, enjoy the Easter holiday and what it means. what it means, let's take the time to do that. In the meantime, God bless you. Thank you all for watching and have a great holiday weekend.